You don't have to go out of your way to talk to me. I prefer being alone. Socializing with others really isn't my thing. Why do you even bother with someone like me? If you're going to die anyway, why not give your life over to me? Some strange girl asked me that out of the blue one day. Her question made her seem very rude. Then again, it's not like my life was precious to me at this point. So, as I pulled the sword out of my heart, I answered, sure. The sword left a hole in my chest that slowly began to heal. The girl grinned as she watched it all unfold before her very eyes. Just who is this person? What a creep. That was my first impression of her. Even now, I still don't know her name. But what I do know is what she was called. The Witch of Murder. This dreadful witch who could destroy the world with the touch of her fingertip smiled at me as gleefully as a child. A witch's power comes from the heart. The power to defy death should have been born from a heart that doesn't wish to die. Yet you want to. Why? The moment I thought of asking her why she wanted to know, she answered me. I want to save you. I'm not foolish enough to believe such empty words. But if she's that curious, I'll tell her my story. Bandits came to my village and attacked my family. The fear I felt from seeing it all happen turned me into a witch. When one's family is attacked before their very eyes, it's normal to want to save them, right? Well, I couldn't even think about saving my family. I was so scared, so frightened, so hopeless. I wished only to save myself. I wanted to save my family. The family I was supposed to have loved. But I was so scared. All I thought was that I didn't want to die, and ran away, leaving everyone behind. Then I was given my power. My punishment. Look at me! You can stab me, crush me, even break me! But I can't even die. For the rest of eternity, I'll live on. Alone. Don't worry. That power can become someone else's solace. Enough with the half-minded words! I know who you are, Witch of Murder. You destroyed a single city, was it? If only I had that kind of power too. As my words trailed off, the witch looked at me, shook her head, and spoke. This power isn't as good as you think it is. She started telling me her story. There's nothing significant about what I have to say. My lover died in an accident. I fell into despair, screaming that the world should be destroyed. Of course I wasn't serious. It's just what I thought at the time. But I did feel anger for this asinine world. That anger was real. My wish was granted. When I came to, the entire city was gone. My family, friends, every single person who lived there. They had all turned to dust. My murderous power changes anything I touch into dust. This is how my wish took shape. Doesn't fate have a sick sense of humor? I'm just an ugly monster wearing the skin of a human. She laughed happily after telling me her story. Her heart was also broken. but in a way that was different than mine. The two of us then set out on a journey. The Witch of Murder has a bounty on her head. As we ran away from city to city, she turned my body to dust, claiming she was conducting experiments. I had no clue what she was doing while I was dead. Whenever I was resurrected, her grin would always be there to greet me. Good morning. Now that's a face that creeps me out no matter how many times I see it. Thank you. Now then, let me try killing you one more time. I've gotten used to these exchanges of ours. As my life feels more and more detached from my body, even my sense of reality begins slipping away. That reminds me, it should be about time we leave this city. Are we going to a southern city famous for its cuisine next? I want to go to a hot spring in the north, too. Hey, what do you think? As I asked about our next destination, she no longer had her usual grin. Instead, she had a gentle smile on her face. Our journey's over. It's time for our wishes to finally come true. Then, her body started turning to dust. I was bound to die by my own power, so I'm glad I made it in time. As we part ways, I'll crystallize my power and leave it with you. Using it should allow even you to die. Why would you do something like that? Even a cursed power can save others. Power may take the shape of a monster, but at its heart is a human. That is what I wanted to prove to you. I see. You are my solace. Thanks to you, I can die as a human. I wish that you may also be blessed with a happy death. With those last words, she turned to dust, leaving behind a single white flower that lay at her feet. Our wishes. Huh. She really was a selfish person until the very end. I felt her warmth in the flower as I held it in my hands. And tears that were once dry ran down my cheeks. In the end, the Witch of Murder used her power for me. Even if a power is cursed, there's no doubt that at its core is a human who loves others. That's what she meant when she said she could die as a human. I gently stroked the flower she left behind. With this, I'll be able to die too. But now's not the time to do so. I'll fulfill her dying wish. That'll be the proof of my humanity. I sewed the flower near my heart and started walking. I'll die as a human. Until then, I'll live on. That was her dying wish. To provide me the only way I can die. Not as a monster, but as a normal girl.